Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is your boy Next Gen Nero. Today's topic is going to be about remakes and remasters, and specifically Xbox and Bethesda, and just Xbox Studios as a whole, right? Do do you guys think Xbox should make, more remakes and remasters, right? And my answer, personally, let me know what you guys think in the comment. Me personally, I think they definitely should, right? Um, Especially once this Activision Blizzard deal go through, but not even including the ABK deal. Let's just talk about some of the great franchises that they own now, right? Fallout New Vegas, I'm gonna start there. Fallout New Vegas is arguably the best Fallout game in the series. Personally, for me, it is the best Fallout game in the series. I absolutely love the game, and I'm doing another playthrough now, and I'm just thinking to myself, wow, this game would be amazing, even if they just used the Fallout 4 engine, creation engine for that game, or even, UE5. Um, you know, I like what Sony do by, going outside their personal studios to remake games like, the Demon Souls remake. Uh, you know, Now Xbox have so many new games in the pipeline, and that's great. But these new games that's being developed for next gen consoles, they take time to come, right? And they've been coming more consistently than other platforms besides Nintendo, right? So the games is coming. They got a clear roadmap, which is great. But we haven't heard anything from the coalition, and I love the coalition. Let them boys cook. Let them cook. You understand what I'm saying? Let them eat. Let them cook. I know Gear 6 is going to be amazing, but in the meanwhile, I would love to see a Gears 1 through 3 remake, the trilogy. And it was a rumor out here that the collection was coming. It was a rumor. I don't know how many facts is behind it, but me personally, I think that would be amazing. I think Fallout New Vegas remake or remaster would be amazing. That would be great. And these little remakes and remasters will hold us over until we get the new games that's in the pipeline, right? And I don't want them to be like Sony and remake something like Gears 4 or Gears 5, right? The way Sony is remaking Last of Us 2 and 1, even though they're not that old. But Microsoft has some great games that they could really, remake and remaster and bring up to date, specifically with Bethesda. And speaking of Bethesda, it's a rumor that the Elder Scrolls Oblivion is getting remade and remastered. And to me personally, I think that is great. That's perfect for me because my introduction to the Elder Scrolls series was Skyrim. And I never really played and put much time into Oblivion. All my Elder Scrolls time come from straight Skyrim. I absolutely love that game. It's what introduced me to the RPG genre, and that's what made me fall in love with RPGs till this day. Skyrim and Mass Effect is the two games I absolutely love. And if you look around the industry, the reason I think Microsoft should do it is because literally everybody is doing it. And if you do it well, your game is gonna sell. Just look at Capcom. They've been remaking, Resident Evil 2 so great. Actually, the highest selling single standalone copy, right? Um, that news just broke not too long ago, right? So you got Resident Evil 3 remake. I liked it. A lot of people didn't like it because they cut a lot of content, which I don't agree with. You should not be cutting content in remakes and remasters. If anything, you should add on to it. Resident Evil 4 was personally my game of the year between that, Diablo, and Hi-Fi Rush, but I'm giving an edge to Hi-Fi Rush, right? So even speaking of Hi-Fi Rush and the studio that created that masterpiece of a gem, Tango, I would love for Evil Within 1 remake, a remaster, right? And I'm not saying Microsoft has to do this in home. They can outsource. They can go to other studios and they can fund this stuff. It could be hit or miss. Just look at Rockstar, right? Rockstar is really smacking their fans in the face. Not to get off topic, but the Red Dead Redemption 1 remake and remaster rumor that's been going on, it's absolute bullshit. It's just support. They porting it to the PS4, no PS5 native version, and hey, that's just a smack to the face, man. So you're gonna be playing it at 30 FPS still, and that's another reason I have to give kudos to Microsoft because they backward compatibility system really negates a lot of the time of these games needing remakes and remasters because when you add in the auto HDR and the FPS boost, you could argue like that's a light version of a remaster. You're getting updated, but some of these games Microsoft own are just all-time great games. Oblivion. A lot of people from my generation, 25 and under, really got introduced to Skyrim. I'm not saying people didn't go back and play Oblivion, but let's be honest, a lot of these older games didn't age well. I love Fallout New Vegas, but it didn't age well. The lack of a sprint button. It's just, little quality of life changes like that they could add would be absolutely great, right? And just, certain games from, the last generation is getting patches. Killer Instinct just got announced that it's getting a next gen patch for the Series X and S. It's going to get balancing changes, which is awesome. Killer Instinct is arguably one of my favorite games, fighting games, definitely. It's up there with Mortal Kombat, and I think that's really the only thing that can compete with it, as well as Street Fighter. Those are the big three. But I'm not a huge fighting fan, so take that with a grain of salt. Don't come like Tekken is amazing or this, that, and the third, right? I'm not really a huge fighting fan, but I did connect with Killer Instinct. That was a great game, and it's nice to see that it's getting updated. It's nice to see that it's getting a next gen patch. It will be running at 4K on the Series X. I'm pretty sure it'll run at 1440p on the S, right? But it's just some great games. Even Crackdown 1. That's my favorite Crackdown game. Imagine Crackdown 1 being remade in Unreal Engine 5 or something like that. That would be absolutely freaking amazing. That would be amazing, right? So I know we got a clear pipeline with plenty of new games coming. And, maybe it's just me being a fan of these games and these studios, and I'm looking around like, everybody else is remaking and remastering games. The Mass Effect trilogy, that's called a remaster. To me, that's like damn near a remake. That was amazingly done. Shout out to EA for that, right? But when this Activision deal go through, we're gonna have Spiral, Crash, and the Transformer games, right? Let's get a remake of those and bring those up to date to modern platforms. That would be huge for Xbox and Microsoft to do, and that's why I'm so happy about the Activision Blizzard deal, because they don't just have to be working on Call of Duty, right? You can space out and you can really go work on other games, just like True Crime. I would love a True Crime remake, True Crime New York remake, Unreal Engine 5, or anything like that. That would be absolutely amazing, man. So I would love to hear everybody's opinion in the comments. Should Microsoft get in on the remake and remaster train like everybody else, or do you think they should just continue to work on new games? I would love to hear everybody's thoughts. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe, and I'll catch everybody in the next one. It's been your boy Nero, and I'm out.